Good afternoon, Swirly Nation. And welcome back to the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, for this afternoon's matchup between the Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 2010s and the U14s. The U14 girls and the Pens played yesterday. We're going to call this the fourth period, folks, a 3-3 tie in that one. A theme that we saw, so often last season. These young men learning how to tie early. Maybe they'll need that in the business world later in life. A 3-3 tie yesterday. So we'll line them back up and do it again. It's great to have you back here on Swirly Nation for some game action. A little recap of yesterday's game. We had a milestone goal. The first goal for new Penguin Dylan Hartman. He had the third one. The two before that was the real deal. Jack Reel striking in again with a pair of some fantastic feeds from Austin Wu and Rylan Ofterhide. Penguins gave up a little too much in the form of odd man rushes, including what ended up being the game-tying goal. An absolute highlight reel goal to tie the game at 3, where the U14s were able to bat the puck out of the air on the rebound and tap it home. In the last 4 or 5 minutes there. We want to thank you again for joining us. Looks like we added a subscriber. Make sure if you are not, if you can hear me right now, whether you're watching it live or on replay, please remember to click the subscribe button below. Click the subscribe button below on YouTube. You can find us on our website, citytv.com, as well as all matters of social media like Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. The starting lineup for the Penguins: in net number 1, William Hanner. On defense, 34, Rylan Ofterhide, and 16, Dalton Julius. Up front, number 6, Brody Carter on the left wing. Number 20, Cruz Armstrong, the right wing, and number 78, Austin Wu at center. Shot comes in there from Brody Carter, testing the U14 goalie early. 11 seconds in. It'll come back to Julius. Julius playing with an injury. Coming off a broken leg in May, was just cleared for contact one practice ago. So played yesterday's game and has a practice under his belt. Was skating earlier in the week as well. Coming off of a broken leg there. So we'll keep an eye on that. Also on the injury report, number 5, David Merlot. You'll see him cruising around on the bench there. He's still out with a broken arm. And number 18, Carter Schub. He is unavailable for today's game after an injury yesterday. He's being evaluated, and we'll have more on the injury update when that's available. U14s pop it into the 2010 zone. Pressured from behind is Carter. He's able to work it around to Star. Star looking for Armstrong. Armstrong tries to drag it up the boards. It's cut off and kicked deeper into the zone by the U14s. Up to Armstrong. It's in his feet, and they'll be swiped away again by the U14s. They've got a potential 2-on-1, 3-on-1 here. Pass into the middle of Fandon. Shot in the high slot. And the breakout feed by Star is trying to hit Evans, who had popped out behind. But he was offsides on the play, so it'll come the whole way back to the 2010 zone. Looks like Without Shub, it looks like it's, what is it, Filiaggi at center with Real and Evans. It's Evans finding Real. Real up the left wing side. Swooping into the offensive zone. He tries to go high, short side, pulling it to the forehand. It'll be Evans getting to the rebound. He snaps it across for Real, off of the stick of a defender. Real will turn into a little bit of pressure in the corner, knocked down by a U14 as they'll get control and rim it around. Gathered on the half wall, pressured by Evans, banked off the boards. Kaminsky can't keep it in, so it'll be Real at center. Real winding it up at center ice. To Filiaggi, into the zone. Leaving it for Ofterheide. Shot comes in low on the goaltender. It's deflected, but high and over the cage off the goaltender. It'll be Julius picking things up at center. Coming down the boards to the blue line. An onside play, it's Paris. Paris in, joined by Wu. In front, Hartman. Wu swipes one towards the net. Looks like maybe Wu's going to go every other shift here. Wu and Filiaggi, maybe. And the next group on the bench. Yeah, it looks like Wu and Filiaggi will share center responsibilities today. Face-off won by the Pens. Hartman able to send it back to the point. Pops free. Paris there with the backhander that screens high and wide. Breakout attempt cut off by Julius. He backhands it to Wu. Wu in front, firing one low that misses the net. Julius will try to keep it again and does. Nice job there by the Pens defenseman. To the corner it goes for a bank off the back. Wu, now Julius. Julius in the neutral zone. Kicked in behind. It's picked up by the U14s. Pressure coming from Filiaggi. He loses his stick, but there's Brody Carter. Now it's Armstrong wedging it forward. Armstrong gets control and is able to work it deep into the U14 end. 0-0 game here in the first 5 minutes of the first period. Pens with a couple chances early. It'll be Filiaggi to the middle. That shot gloved and held. First stop in play, 11:25 to play here in period one. Filiaggi on the faceoff. It'll be Carter getting tied up but able to win the puck. Leaves for Armstrong. Kicks it right to a U14 but gains it right back. Armstrong behind the net. Looking to the point. Kaminsky at the point, but it's just a bit to his backhand side. And it'll head out to center ice where it'll be regrouped by the 10s and brought on by Brody Carter. He's joined by Filiaggi. He'll find him as they try to crisscross. It goes off Carter's skate as he left it for Filiaggi. He's able to fire one towards the net. That's kicked out. Pop back to the point for Ofterheide. He taps it for Armstrong. Carter along the wall. In front for a turning Filiaggi. It's swiped away from him. And it'll be Julius with it, who retreats to his own end and finds his partner Ofterheide. Real into the zone. Evans driving in. Real will fire one low off the pads. Evans finds Real. Real with Wu in front. He'll find him. A shot comes in. That's kicked aside. Nice save. Wu on the half wall. Looking. Finding Real. Behind Real was Ofterheide. Sneaking in the backside. Will be kept at the point after the missed shot by Julius. Julius will work it further along for Evans. Evans all the way across to Ofterheide. Ofterheide back for Evans. Redirects it towards the net. Fires it in front. That's kicked away. Real with a centering pass. Evans tries to get it on net and can't. And it's cleared by the U14s, but Wu able to pick off the breakout pass and drive back in. They'll leave it for Real. It's tapped away from him by a poke check and set back up to the 2010 line. Evans able to get it, changes. We have Paris on. Ofterhide trying to run the breakout. Unable to connect there. He'll get back as Julius battles in the corner. Ofterhide covering the front. It'll be broken out to the side for Real. Real looks for Filiaggi. It goes past him to the U14s who dump it back in for Ofterhide. Ofterhide will rim it around. Picked up at the point by the U14s. They try to work it deeper. It'll be Filiaggi with Hartman. Now Ofterhide. Ofterhide to Hartman. Hartman cross ice off. I think he might have been looking for Paris, but it goes off Filiaggi's stick and it'll put everybody on an offside play. Star in behind. Fakes one way, goes the other. Taps it high over Hartman's head. He'll follow on and get it cleared out to center. Back into the U14 zone where they clear it out to the blue line for Filiaggi. He gets it swiped away. Shot in. Hanner with the save. Rebound popped wide to the side of the net. Filiaggi was in the defensive role that time. It looked like, I'm not sure which of the Pens defensemen was up ice on the break there. Filiaggi filling in for him, had it swiped away. Now Filiaggi's back on the puck down the right wing side. Looking to leave it for Hartman. But it's cleared by the 14s, pressured by Carter. Now Kaminsky. Kaminsky wedges it back up the wall where the 14s will take control and drive into the 2010 zone. A bouncing puck is paddled to the side by Hanner. Popped in behind by the 14s. A centering feed off the back of the net, then another centering feed. Bounces free in front, and the ladies have control of it. Another centering pass. This one eludes the sticks all the way to the point. Pressured by Armstrong. Armstrong able to dislodge it. Loses his twig, but boots the puck out to center, and he'll battle along the boards. We picked up by the 14s, and they'll come back into the 2010 zone. Popped around behind for Ofterhide. Now Wu. Wu carrying through center. A 1-on-2 here. He's joined by Brody Carter. Cut off. He'll leave it back to the point, but it's behind Ofterhide, and he'll regroup at center, tapping it back to Kaminsky. Kaminsky to Ofterhide. Ofterhide to Wu. Wu to Armstrong. Armstrong pops it in behind. It'll be Evans in deep to get it. Wedged by and brought on by the 14s. It'll be bumped in behind. Hanner back to play it. Loses control behind the cage. It's a centering pass that'll be broken up by the 2010s. And Armstrong's able to pop it back out towards the blue line no further. Villela kind of joins the play here. Over to Evans. Evans a feed across. I think Armstrong's looking for a change. He'll come off. Real jumps on. Brought on by the 14. Shot up high. Hanner's stick is behind the cage as it was knocked out when he went to play that puck. He's able to corral it though, and with 6:13 to play, it's still 0-0 as the U14s have turned up the heat here midway through the first period. And it looks like maybe we have a goal. Jack Real is celebrating. I didn't see what happened. There's a discussion in front of the U14 cage. So Evans able to find Real coming down the middle. And he went to the backhand and pops it through the 5-hole. And we've got a 1-0 game. Evans on the pressure. Bumped along the boards. Filiaggi into battle for it. Come free to Starr. Starr wedges it up the wall to Evans. So Jack Reel again, this time from the Evans feed. It's Filiaggi into the zone. I think he tried to leave it to Reel. Reel had crisscrossed with him, though. And back come the 14. Evans stepping in front. Ragdolled a bit to the ground, but Starr able to get control and find Reel up the right. Reel looking. Fires one on net that goes off the side of the cage from a difficult angle. Be all the way to the point for an Aufderheide play. He sends it back to the corner. Reel with the forecheck. But back come the 14s, middle of a Penguins line change. A nice stick on puck deflection there, sends it skipping up into the netting behind the cage. And we will have a stop in play and a face-off to the left of Hanner with 5:05 to play. So Jack Reel again, this time off the feed at the blue line from 43, has given the 10s the 1-0 advantage. They've broken the 3-3 tie here in period 4. It'll be Wu over to Hartman. Picked up by the 14s, carried to the corner, banked off the boards behind. Pass fanned on there. Second attempt comes through to Aufderheide. He tries to tap it through to the middle of the ice, but it's picked off by a U14, and they'll get it back up ice. Julius challenged, knocked down on the play, and we're going to have a body check here on 14, Dylan Hartman. So he gets his first goal yesterday, and he gets his first trip to the sin bin today. With 4:37 to play, the Pens will be on a penalty kill. Teams look to set it up in the corner. It'll be Villela tapping it to Brody Carter. He's got Filiaggi with him. Carry down the left and just kind of toss it in behind and chase it. A good penalty kill, dump, and chase. Make him go the whole 200 feet. The 14s try to break through the middle. That's picked off by Villela. The dislodged puck is picked up by Carter. It's knocked away from him. Villela there to get control. He tries to play it up for Carter. That's picked off in on a backhand with a shot on the power play, or the U14s. That's kicked aside by Hanner. All the way back to the point for Sweezum. Her shot blocked by Filiaggi. Can he break free? A nice defensive play there. I believe that's, I'm not sure who that is for the U14s, but an excellent job by that defender to break things up. It'll be tossed all the way to center by the U14s, where Kaminsky will gather it. He'll find Aufderheide. Aufderheide will say, nope, you take it. He'll go, you know what, you can have it. So they play catch all the way to the corner, where it's reversed for Evans. He can't get control, and it's the U14s taking over. Winding up, weaving in front. Puck sent skipping wide of the cage. Rebound picked up, swiped at. Power play coming to an end here as a shot comes in. Hartman will get on the ice. Another shot, this one blocked by Kaminsky. Kaminsky will get into the corner. Now Armstrong will dig it out. He's got Reel if he sees him, and he does. Jack Reel trying to sneak out behind. Centering feed, finds a U14. Their clearing attempt stopped by Aufderheide. He looks back, finds Reel for a beautiful shot that stopped in the breadbasket. A great passing play there again. The U14 girls are in white today. Most of them have those reverse retros from last year on. The jerseys with the Pittsburgh across the chest. The black pants, black socks, and the gold helmets. Your 2010s are in their new fancy black unis. As Jack Reel comes in and fires one into the pads. Short side. Puck off of Evans at center. The Pens 2010s are in their black unis, which also have the Pittsburgh from the right shoulder to the left hip. Gold and white striping, black pants with gold stripes, black socks with the gold and white stripes, and the iconic gold Pens lead helmets as Evans gets control. He'll pop it in behind and chase it himself. He's joined by Wu, but the 14s are able to tap it up the wing. As the defense changes, Wu pressures the puck at the blue line. It'll be sent in by Wu, but it's an offside play. Be the U14s firing one from the point that's off of a skate and wide. Back to the point, bouncing puck. Hartman unable to get control, but Paris will. He's got Filiaggi. It's just off of his stick, but Filiaggi stays on it. A bouncing puck finds Hartman, who flips it towards the middle. It's kicked away by the 14s and brought through center. As again, they've really applied pressure since about midway through this period. The Pens were able to get one free as Evans found Real. Here's Paris into the offensive zone. Looking all the way to the corner. He'll reverse it for the point. Nobody home. And back come the U14s. Julius with the attack. Aufderheide back. It'll be Filiaggi getting control to Hartman. Hartman taps it to Paris. The South Hills connection here. Into the offensive zone for a shot that screams wide. Filiaggi with the pressure. Back to the point for Aufderheide. Control. Looking for Julius. Banking it off the boards, trying to find him. It'll be dislodged by the 14th, sent back out to center. Armstrong covering for Julius, able to pick it up. They try to play catch there. That'll be a turnover to the 14s, and it'll be an offside play. I know there's another stream that was going on, at least when this one started. I'm not sure how much time's left, if any, in the 2011 Nelson game. As they're out in Philadelphia, big win this morning for them. They'll be streaming here on Cine TV. Mike Bowen doing your play-by-play and production. Rob Schweitzer on the camera work there for them. So a big shout out to the 2011 Nelson team as the U14s come streaking in the offensive zone. A shot eludes, I think it goes off of Hanner's glove. The rebound sent to the middle. And as the horn sounds, it'll be the end of period one. The Tens with a 1-0 lead. Welcome back for period two action. Right in front of the U12 bench, which actually is an open door right now. Shot fired in, fought off by Hanner. A nice breakout pass there by Filiaggi. Filiaggi to Real. Reel back to Filiaggi. It'll be an offside play. Remember, you can message us, tweet the booth on Twitter. You can also use the chat. We've got the chat up here in the booth as we are able to get you rocking and rolling here. We'll answer questions or give shout outs if you're listening. Use the chat function. Don't forget, subscribe below to the channel. Evans gets control. He'll find Villela. Back to center ice for Starzy. Evans on the pressure now. Star at center. Over to Villela. Villela in, firing one. A bouncing puck eludes the stick of Evans, and Wu. It'll be picked up by Hartman. Down low for Evans. In front for Wu, and it comes the whole way through. Ofterheidel toss it in behind as the Pens complete a line change. Now Wu in front, nobody home, and the U14s will turn it back the other direction. Harris able to get a twig on it to break up the breakout pass, and the 10s will turn it back the other way. It's Hartman. Hartman into the zone for Paris. Paris to the right wing corner. He'll stop and start. Looks up, has the point, finds it. There's Kaminsky winding, firing, and a missile that skips wide of the cage. Will be Ofter out. Ofty working off the stick of, I think that's Ligda. Trying to get the girls' names from the back of the jerseys. Kaminsky will toss it deep. And I know some of them are wearing different jerseys too. Borrowing some from friends. So might call your daughter the wrong name. I apologize. Hartman has it behind the net. Leaving on a nice give and go here with Julius. He'll wrap it around, go off the pads. Pops in front. Swipe that by Paris. Blocked by the U14s. It's to the corner. They'll pick it up there. Off the boards around Hartman and streaking up through center come the U14s. It'll be around Julius. A 3-on-1 develops. Ofteride there with the pressure as the puck comes the whole way through for a shot that'll beat Hanner. And tie the game at 1. Evans now center will be Starzy. Breaking into the zone, pressured by Carter. Back to Villela. He'll tap it to the corner. Evans tracks it, gets there first. Banks it off the boards behind the cage, and he'll chase it down. Pressuring the U14s. It forces a turnover over to Armstrong. It just rolls past his stick, but it'll be sent right back to Star, who keeps it at the blue line. Tries to toss it to Evans. It'll come free to Carter instead. His shot blocked by a stick, followed on by Armstrong. Armstrong to the corner, coming out, weaving to the middle, just has it roll off his stick, but right to Star. Star with a shot. That's blocked. I think that's Sweezum, and she'll streak out through center into the neutral zone to the offensive zone where a poke check will force the play to be offsides. Just under 12 to play here. It'll be a line change for both squads. Filiaggi and Reel with Paris at the center. Kaminsky and Ofteride. The defense. Be Reel. Winding things up. Penguins are joined on the bench today by Danny McKinnon. Danny usually coaches the older teams, but he'll be the bench boss today for the 2010s and flanked as usual by Dr. Jason Julius. The man with all the looks, Mr. Chris Schub, was unable to join us, as we've talked about with Carter Schub being on the injured list at the moment. He's currently engaged in the evaluation process of that upper body injury, a UBI for 18. Pass off the stick of Filiaggi, gathered in by the U14. Out on through center, weaving through. It'll tickle in on Hanner. Able to take it tip it to the side of the cage where it's cleared up and to the side by the 10s. It goes off the stick of a 14 into the net. I'm sorry, into the bench. And so we should have a face-off outside of the zone. Nope, maybe they'll put it inside the zone. Nope, now outside. Inside, outside. It'll be outside the zone. Evans leans over the dot to take the face-off. He's tied up as Hartman engages on the outside. But the bigger, stronger U14 able to get control and dump it in. The reverse to Julius. Julius goes up the wall. It's icing. Face-off will come all the way back to the right-hander. This time it'll be in the zone. You're getting a look here at the new Penguins black uniforms. Our other unis will be gold. They'll be broken out, I'm sure, on that first road trip once they come in. They haven't come in yet for the 2010. Some of the other teams have them as Hartman comes up the left-hand side, leaves it for Villela now. Woo. Shooting one. Blocked to the corner. To Evans for a one-timer that screams wide of the far post. Julius crashing down the boards. Wu now gets control. He sends it back towards the point man. The Pens were in the middle of changing their defensive pair. It'll be a feed up for Wu. He's got Kaminsky. It's a 2-on-1. Wu and Kaminsky. Wu unable to get control. He kind of loses control and then centers one. Hartman stays on it to the corner. Supported well by Wu. He taps it back to the point. Kept in by Starr for the corner. Behind is Evans. Evans in front looking for Wu. Once. Second time swipes all the way to the half wall. Kaminsky crashes down. Creates a potential 2-on-1. Hartman on the back check. Starr defending. A feed across. It's not connected on, and we'll have a bouncing puck that gets its way out the center for the 10s. Pressure coming from Brody Carter. Brody Carter able to pressure the puck, but the 14s come streaking through center anyway. Armstrong taps it towards the middle. He's looking for Paris. It'll be Carter forcing it further to center as the U14s will regroup in their own end and start a break-in. The 10s will send it back the other direction. Up the left wing side. Tossing it back to Starr. Starr up the wall for Paris. Now Carter. Carter flips it cross ice to Armstrong. Armstrong with a nice move. Centering feed. Just misses the stick of Paris, but he stays with it. Now behind for pressure by Armstrong. Armstrong looking in front. A centering feed just misses. And back come the 14s. It'll act as a breakout pass. Weaving through, and pressure from Julius, able to force an offside play. We'll have a face-off just outside the 2010 zone. Oh, it's cut off. Forced in by the U14s. Now it's Evans tapping it around, but a nice turning play by the defense to get control and send it back the other direction. To the corner for Oftereye. Oftereye gets control. Looks up, has Reel. It'll be a slow rolling puck that gets there. Reel will fire it all the way across. It'll end up as an indirect pass to Filiaggi. He's crashing in behind the net. Swipe that and clear all the way to the point, but not out. It'll be Julius in front. Comes free. Evans can't get there. It eluded Filiaggi. Then now the U14s come back. He got off their hide and Reel defending. Evans on a back check. It's tapped to the corner by the 14 U girls. All the way across, and there's Reel to boot the puck out. Get control. He's got Wu. Tries to sauce one that bounces odd over Wu's stick. Wu gets tripped up on the play and down in the corner. Raising his hand looking for a call, but it'll be Paris to it. Out in front to Wu, and it's covered up by the glove. We're excited to actually have the full team together here. We're joined in the booth by the one, the only, Colby Armstrong. Colby, welcome aboard.
Yeah, better late than never, they say, Jeremy.
It's good to have you. A busy weekend for you here, huh?
Unbelievable. Shaking off the cobwebs at a wedding last night. I'm kind of out of the wedding part of my life, I feel, but it keeps bringing me back in. And I got to go vroom, vroom party starter at the wedding. And then youth hockey dad after.
Yep.
I mean, let's go.
Party at the wedding. Back at it for today. Fighting off the, I'm sure a couple hockey dad sodas were consumed last night. I may have had one or two friends from Philly in the area, so I may have visited them after not heeding my own warning when I was up with your buddy Fowler in Erie.
Oh, you must have had one there. And, he likes the wine.
I think when I woke up the next morning, I counted like 5 bottles on the counter. So that wasn't a good idea.
He hammers the adult grape juice, if you know. And the expensive kind.
Yes.
And
I brought a couple bottles and was kind of embarrassed of myself.
Yeah. He's always the guy that'll open them all up, and then the next morning he'll go, "Oh my God, I can't believe we drank this bottle. This is such a good bottle. Why would we do that?" I don't know. You brought it out. But.
Oh, we got a heavy hit in the corner by Wu. That one's left uncalled as the 14U's come back out to center. Into the offensive zone. It looks like Evans on the defense. It's kicked out by Hanner. Evans gets control, finds Carter. Carter back to Evans.
Good.
With speed, joined by Armstrong. He'll look for him across the other side. It's picked off by the 14s, and back they come. U14s through center, a 2-on-2 potential 3-on-2 developing. As the shot to the glove, and there's the handman to say no. Thank you.
Well, I like the idea of the breakout there. Bump it up, give it back when you got speed coming under the puck, and just unable to execute entering the zone. What a shot right there that Hanner was able to snag.
There's another stop by the handman down low on a one-timer off the face-off as the 14U girls send it back to the point for a shot that's blocked. Off the ride in the corner, another centering feed. This one defended well by Kaminsky, picked up by Carter, swiped away from him. It'll be Kaminsky, rimming it around to Ofterhide. He's there with Armstrong, both of them in the same spot. It'll be Kaminsky behind the cage. Loses control a bit in front. Carter will tap to Evans. Evans with a bit of speed up the left. Can he get clear? Centering it across. There's Armstrong, and he tucks it in. Put some fries on your sandwich. That's a Pittsburgh Penguins goal. Cruz Armstrong. The good luck charm. Dad stumps in the booth.
I was just sitting here going, please be ready for the pass, because you know Cam was going to dish it over as he brought all the attention. All I was watching was Cruz, because I was like, is he ready? He's going to get it here. He better be ready. A nice pass by Cam, and off of a little bit of a clumsy breakout by the fellas, and were able to get up ice with some speed and execute a nice play. I'll tell you what. These 14U girls are tossing our guys around like little mosquitoes at the campfire a little bit too, which I think is good for them to see this.
And here's a 3-on-1 developing. Is around Julius. That shot from the outside. Rebound sitting in front. Can they clear it? It'll be Real getting to it.
Wherever that hit, Hanner will have to ice that area down. That was an absolute laser beam wrister.
The U14s at the blue line. Yeah, I talked about a couple kids getting thrown around a little bit every once in a while.
Right when I got in the rink, it was like Cam got thrown, and then Filiaggi got tossed. And right when I walked in, I was like, oh, I missed this game last night. This is what I see.
Hanner out to play the puck. He takes a weird roll on him, but he gets control and leaves it for Julius up to Real. Real waves out of can't get control. Shot in from the point. This one to the breadbaskets and held by Hanner.
And Coach Sean Sweezum here, newly acquired coach for the 14U girls team. He now coaches 2 teams here. He pretty much lives at the arena. We'll do a behind-the-scenes embedded Cine Swirl TV. Maybe we'll find that on the website. We'll go embedded with Sean Sweezum as he lives at the rink, coaching 2 girls teams here. Was at the wedding last night. After the first game, the 11s came to the wedding, changed in his truck, left the wedding early to come and coach last night at the other game. So this guy is all in.
He's definitely committed. Maybe he should be committed for leaving that wedding. but Evans to take the draw to the left of Hanner. I like the way Hartman activates on those faceoffs. It was something we struggled with a bit last year.
Being ready.
Guys kind of waiting for the puck where it was going to go. Hartman's right there on top of it, and we'll have an icing here. So we'll head the whole way back. I've noticed it a number of times over the last 2 days. Like that puck comes out of the ref's hands, and Hartman's already off, like buzzing. I love it.
That's one thing you'll come to see with young Dylan Hartman. He is a energizer bunny out here, and it's always 100% all the time. He's buzzing.
It'll be Jake Starr behind, off to Hartman. His tap pass broken up by the U14s and swiped away from Kaminsky as he tried to clear. Be Wu along the wall. Puck freed up to the point. Hartman misses it. Evans swipes at it. It'll be Starr getting control, and we're going to get a rough. It'll be Kaminsky headed off for roughing. The Crime Dogs' favorite penalty.
2 minutes for roughing. They may tack on an extra 30 seconds for that Kentucky waterfall he has coming out the back of his helmet, too.
It's 1:30 nowadays.
1:30, there it is, I forgot.
1:30, but
review the
he
rule
may
book.
still have to serve extra time for the...
He's going to get extra time for that hair.
Although there are some absolutely interesting hair choices.
If Hanner's
by the
helmet gets
2010.
knocked off, I might leave the rink.
It's awesome. I can't wait. When the intros are ready, but folks, you're going to see what we mean. When the intro videos, we've done some intros for you. A missile eludes Evans, thank heavens, and finds Hanner's chest. Cam could have ridden that puck in.
It would have. If it would hit Cam, Cam would have went with the puck into the goalie.
1:05 left on the 14U power play. As we'll change penalty killers, we'll see Armstrong and Carter coming out. Armstrong, the recent goal scorer, to break the 1-1 tie. He's got control in the corner. He'll tap it up for Starr. Starr has it swiped away. They'll battle along the wall. Carter kind of plays it back. Starr will get control. It's played by a high. No, not played by. It was clearly played by a high stick. But we'll continue to play.
We don't care about those anymore, Jeremy.
It'll be weaving into the 2010 zone where Carter takes a bump and another shot. This one loose in front is covered by Hanner, sprawling down to get a whistle. Who's spinning the tunes today? Do we know? Is it DJ Ofty?
DJ Ofty. Bolello on the clock. Bobby Starr working the score sheet, I see. He's got his pen ready to roll. Sunglasses perfectly cocked up on his head.
Armstrong able to clear to center where the 14U will set things up. A drop pass by Julius eludes Brody Carter. It's a 2-on-2 into the zone. Trying to set it up at the point. You can see them working to try to set up a power play. Looks like Sweezy's got something drawn up probably as they work the puck around to find these big shooters that they have. There's Brody Carter getting control. Now, he was trying to hit Armstrong, but it'll be an ice instead. 1:28 to play here in the second period. It's 2-1, 2010. If you go check out our website, citytv.com, you'll see at the top the merch store. You got it right. The merch store, folks. Merchandise. You click there, you go to Squad Locker, and you find some great back-to-school items with Cine on it.
It's going to be awesome this year. Hopefully it starts to really take off. Being in rinks all over the place, we'll start seeing some people in some Cine. I call them toques. What do you guys call them?
Toques.
Hats?
Yep.
Winter hats? I think that'll be popular.
The real deal, Jack Reel weaves into the center, and he will fire a laser. That one he kind of creates on his own and fires one to the top corner, his fourth of the weekend. He's starting the season on a tear. That assist, I believe, goes to Villela. Nah, maybe Paris. I think Paris might have dropped it to him. Let me check the replay here.
Let's hope he doesn't waste them all.
Oh, no, I think it might have been Villela. In the neutral zone, feeding it up. I thought Paris tapped it back to him, but it was Tino Villela in the neutral zone. An indirect feed to Real, who cut behind Paris and fires it home. It'll be Hartman up the right. Evans delays. Hartman drives to the corner. Centering feed for Wu. Sent behind the net. Pressured by Wu. Picked off by Evans. He'll toss it deep, but it's picked up by the U14s. They'll clear it all the way back to Kaminsky, and we'll look to set things up. Pass up for Wu. Wu tries to go right through a defender to Hartman. It'll be tapped away and ultimately picked up by the U14s. Wu on the forecheck. Wu's supposed to be, I think, playing wing on this shift. He's kind of switched it up there. Took over those center duties. 7 seconds left here. The 10s will change defense. Evans will take the draw.
One thing I don't think we were great at last year is puck battles. Like just hard on our sticks enough. And I know that, 14U is a few years there difference, but it's either stronger on those little battles, hey? Like, I'd like to see the boys dig in a little harder this year. Watch for that as the year goes on, but I guess that's just a strength thing, but.
I think we learned about that in health class, why that might be.
Yeah.
Packed in the front with 4 seconds. Evans on the draw. It's a bouncing puck. Swipe that, and it'll be shot towards the cage as the horn expires. Here in the second intermission, it's the 2010s 3, the U14s 1. It's been a good back and forth contest, I feel.
Yeah.
Hanner's made some excellent saves over there. He looks quick. He looks aggressive out on top. Both Hanner and Clutter doing a lot of playing the puck this year, something I think they've added to their game. See how the Pens can use that to get some quick turnarounds and smoother breakouts.
Oh, I never played with a puck handling goalie until you remember Ty Conklin came here to the Pens. Flower not great at playing the puck as we've seen some of his adventures over the year. But this is when he was much younger. But I never knew until you can add that in how big of a difference it can make.
To talk a little bit about what it's able to do for you.
Well, they've tried to restrict them now with the trapezoid at the NHL level and pro level, but it's just so much more efficient when you get back and you get that first initial pass to eliminate forechecks or even help with, quick ups or breakouts. And the guys that are really good at it, you can see, what it does for their teams. What was it? Mike Smith, very good puck-playing goaltender for the Edmonton Oilers. One of the more highlight reel goals of the year with a headman pass up to Connor McDavid at the far blue line to end a game in overtime. So,
and even behind the net, being able to kind of
set
see
it up,
and
comfort,
set it up,
little bump passes. Maybe nothing too flashy, but it does make a huge difference in retrieving pucks, having a little bit more time, and using your goaltender, if they can do it, to make your breakouts just a little bit more efficient and have that extra second to guys to get to their positions and spots. So I saw Hanner doing that. Yeah, he gets in behind, and even just a little 4-foot bump to a guy, it's such a big difference at corralling pucks down there.
It's Julius trying to break it up the boards. We'll have a little rugby scrum in front of the penalty box here. And ultimately, Filiaggi comes away with it. Wedges it behind. Followed on by Armstrong. Armstrong looking for Carter. A bit behind him. It'll be tapped to Filiaggi. Now Armstrong back on it. Stopping and starting in the corner. Runs a little switch with Carter. It'll be swiped away and cleared by the 14s. Starr picks it up. He'll get control and tries to break down the right. It's taken from him and sent back up ice. The 14U girls track it down in the offensive zone, spinning up, trying to send it to the point. Carter cuts it off, and he'll be able to get it under pressure, but all the way out the center before it's turned back. Back pressure from Armstrong, able to free the puck up. Chopping at it, Filiaggi. Back to Starr. Into the feet of Julius, unable to get control. And it'll be the 14U's trying to set things up. There's Brody Carter making a play and then knocked to the ice. I think he stepped on a stick maybe.
Or a landmine.
It'll be Wu. Swiping at it, was still in the zone. Puck came back in, and it'll be an offside. Looks like they're going to switch it back up to Wu and Filiaggi splitting the center role here in the third. They did that in the first. Will be Real. A backside feed had Wu, just couldn't pull the trigger. A great dish by Real.
Great job by Real. They're just baiting too, right? Like he just kept it. Hey, you want to come over here? Come over here a little further.
And here's Wu on a breakaway. He was able to use the big frame to shield off the defender. A tap pass from Hartman. Found him. He was in all alone, and the goaltender equal to the task. She's been fantastic through these first two games. Icing the call, so we'll head back to the U14 zone to the left of the goaltender. Third period action, 2010s 3, 14 girls 1. And I mentioned we have the whole crew together. Chris Merlot running the camera for us. Nick Paris out in the truck with the production crew. Color commentator Colby Armstrong and play-by-play by Jeremy Evans as Filiaggi has it in behind. They'll come out front. Back to Kaminsky, tipped by Evans on the way through. That eludes the net. Evans in on the forecheck. Digging along as it's pinned along the boards. It's ultimately brought out by the 14U's. They'll wrap it around. Pressured by Parrish. Evans comes through, but the girls persevere all the way up through center. A one-person wrecking crew to the corner. Battled for there. Wedged back to the corner. Trying to establish some of that physical dominance we talked about earlier. Here's Julius to Evans. Evans finds space, nice. Passes for Paris. Can he catch up to it? He won't. It'll be icing.
Good thinking. Anticipating it a little quicker. If Paris had just taken off one step sooner, he might have got to that, but I like the idea by both those guys. Letting their legs do the work. So we're having a party at your house after?
We are, a little barbecue.
Let's go. The weekend continues.
Got the
old arm dog.
We got the about 18 to 20-ish pounds of brisket.
You smoking stuff?
Brisket's
you
on.
You got her on?
Brisket's on.
Sure.
Let's see what it's actually sitting at. We can check the.
Oh, let's get an update on the brisket.
The brisket update. Yeah, a little brisket and a little pork belly burn end taco coming our way here in a little bit. Currently at about 150.
Is that perfect?
No. We got a little bit of ways to go. We got to get it up in the 200 range. We'll get there. Fear not.
We'll get her there. I trust you.
So it's a low and slow process, but it's going right in time, right on time for about a
it's going to
probably
be
6:30, 7 o'clock. Sit down dinner time. And then the boys will probably have to head home because school tomorrow. See how I did that on a Sunday? See how I did that?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Wu with a shot kicked away. It'll be Villela after it.
I'll be in a meat coma trying to get out of bed to get all the kids on the bus.
To Julius. He's got it in his own end. Well, the menu looks fantastic, folks. We've got all kinds of stuff coming. We got some salads, wine cake, and all kinds of good things. As here come the U14s. A shot offhand, a rebound sits clear. It's cleared by Filiaggi. Up for Real. He's skating backwards to corral the puck and come up ice. He'll send it cross ice to Julius, who comes down from his point into the offensive zone corner where it's taken from him. He'll continue in the battle, though. Viliaggi comes through, but it's cleared by the U14s, only to be taken back by Villela. He's had a great start in these first two exhibition scrimmages. And now we've got a penalty as the girls have 6. 6 is one too many in the game of hockey.
Sean Sweezum, not great at math, I will say. Great coach. Heck of a kicker.
The leg.
The leg. Unbelievable boot on him. But if you get him to count, he's also a male model, I would say.
Absolutely.
He wakes up, his hair's
the whole family.
Perfect. Oh, yeah.
They could be in ads for the magazines. My heavens.
Anything. They're front cover stuff. Awesome family.
Unlike me, I've got the face for radio.
That's why we're here, folks.
Evans with the puck looking. He'll fire. That's blocked with a rebound spun wide of the net. Back behind for Kaminsky. Picked up by Parrish. Him and Wu kind of come together. It'll be the U14s out to center. 2010s on a power play for another minute as Kaminsky blocks a shot of a shorthanded attempt here. He'll wedge it off the wall. It'll be Starr. Starr has it. Can they get up ice? He'll look for Evans, and Evans nicely lets it go through to Wu. Evans will drive. Wu will fire. Rebound. No rebound. It's gobbled up. Wu had Starr on the backside.
I saw that. He had Starr 100%.
I mean, Starr was calling for it, too.
Yeah. Great job by Starzy to get up on that play, too. It started it in his own end with a quick headman pass and just kind of hung in the weeds up the ice all the way. Hard to criticize a shot on goal, really, but it would have been awesome to see that little feed through that seam.
The off threat at the point, leaving it for Viliaggi. He's tied up in the corner. Carter will get to it and take it back to Ofty. Ofterheide. A shot deflected in by Carter. It'll be Armstrong behind the net, taken from him and back out. They fly through center with speed. And shooting one wide of Hanner. Oh, she kind of twisted one way going into the board. She seems to be all right. She'll get back up. I think that might be Mia. I'm not sure. It'll be Armstrong. A between the legs move and fires one in that's kicked to the side. It'll be gathered by Viliaggi. He's looking. He'll go back to Armstrong with a give and go to Viliaggi. Taps it by a defender. Looking. Viliaggi controlling. He'll leave for Real. Real will come out in front and try to backhand it up over the head of the tall goaltender. Real back on it. This time feeds Viliaggi, who works it in. That's a glove hand save. Villela is popping down into the high slot looking to join, and he's able to keep it at the point. As an absolute rocket tries to take out Coach Sweez. He was able to kick it out of the air.
Did he kick it through the uprights?
He didn't. It'll be an offensive zone draw for the 2010 7:34 to play.
And we saw Cruz with the between the leggy thing. I mean, that's probably in the mind of a 12-year-old boy better than getting a hat trick, just doing that move. It is. I mean, it's official. He's now played a really good game.
Shot by Julius, deflects up high and gobbled up by the goaltender.
See Julius back from injury, shaking off the rust. He's looked good in practice.
It's a tough one. He's been out since May.
We've got Merlot out as well. Yeah, it's been a while with him getting this injury back going again. Was it a cracked ankle?
Yeah, it was in the growth plate.
In the growth plate area, so there was some concern there. They're taking their time with it, but he looks really good. Good to see Dalton out there. Merlot is waiting in the wings.
Yeah, he's skating and holding a stick now. Which also is consequently what he was doing the first time he learned to walk. Oh, bouncing puck comes free. Here's a chance for the U14s, pulling up, firing a forehand shot that's fought off by the glove of Hanner. A rim around looking for Real at the point, but it's kept nicely. And I like that, a little shot on Starr. Centering pass comes free, shot in, blocked by a stick, picked up by Wu. Wu tries to hit Real. That's knocked out of the air. Back come the U14s. These long stretch passes, the U14s are starting to read that, I think.
I think they're on to, when Real wants to bust out of the zone. He has gotten free, I think, a bunch. It's good at sneaking in behind and anticipating those defenders falling asleep, but seem to be catching on and going, we're backing out.
It'll be Kaminsky to Ofteride. Ofteride to Wu. Wu and Real come together. Real kind of gets shoved a bit. It'll be onside at the U14 line. Evans with the pressure. It's turned back. In they come. Left side. Centering pass. As she'll crash into the net.
That was almost a great little shot pass. Just out of the reach. Who's that? What player is that?
I'm not sure. She's
Abby?
in a practice white jersey.
Yeah.
It might be Abby Costa.
I think it is. There's 3 girls in a practice white, and I think one of them's Abby Costa.
Some of you remember Abby from Summer League, playing with her brother Joey. Forget what team they were on. Gouda, maybe?
Havarti.
Bree. Evans tries for Paris. Is turned back by the 14s at the blue line. Poked that by Kaminsky. Evans sends somebody flying to the ice. It'll be Filiaggi now, and they send each other flying to the ice, but it's up for Paris. Paris, stick handling in, it'll be off the ride to Paris on a give and go. One-timer skips wide of the cage. Evans with the back pressure, frees it up to Kaminsky. Kaminsky to Ofterheide, it's behind him, so he'll retreat all the way to his own end. Rimmed around for Paris. Paris to Filiaggi. Filiaggi and Evans with speed through the neutral zone. Filiaggi tied up a bit, but he'll come free to Paris. He's got Evans in front, but I don't think he had the passing lane. A good job of cutting that lane off by the 2 defenders in white. Now Julius ties it up. Filiaggi pops it free, sends it back out to center. Up to the line, in for Evans. Evans back to Villela. Villela up ice, where the U14s will get control. Banking it off the boards, it's icing if it's far enough, and it is 4:40 to play, third period. Upcoming schedule, folks, the 2010 Pens Elite will kick their season off on Friday. This Friday from the Mistake by the Lake Cleveland, Ohio home.
And that's it, hey? So just like that, we're on.
Just like that, we're on. It'll be the Long Island Gulls at 2 o'clock Friday, followed by the Oakland Junior Grizzlies, who are going to be a wagon this year. Shot by Julius, wide of the cage. Those games Friday. Then we've got Saturday games at 10:30 tilt with those same Long Island Gulls. And then later on that day, 5:30 Saturday, from the Mistake by the Lake, it'll be the Pittsburgh Penguins and Philly Hockey Club.
Sienna Sweezum just took out Cruz one-on-one, and I love it.
Work to the corner by the 10s. Brought on by the U14s. It'll be back for Starr. Chops at it, but it'll be controlled in a breakout pass. Looking for Sienna Sweezum. It'll be controlled by Ofteride. He looks to Armstrong. It eludes the backhand, and it'll be an icing. Faceoff will come back to the Penguin zone to the right of the handman. The Battling Liberty Bells cap that weekend off. Philly Hockey Club was just here with their 09s to play the 09 Pens Elite this weekend in a 3-game tilt. Some excellent games there. Had to catch a few of those as Filiaggi will step into the dot. He wins it to Ofterheide, rims it around for Starr. It's past him and past Hartman, kept in by the U14s. It'll be Ofterheide again. This time he tries to loft at the center. That's batted out of the air. A potential scoring opportunity there, turned back by the defense of the 2010s. Now Reel off the stick of Hartman. Hartman up the left.
I got to say, bud, you're in midseason form right now.
I don't know about that. Crashing down the wall was a Pens defenseman. Is that off?
I'm looking at my feed
there.
from the truck. It looks like Nick Paris is sleeping. He's still working out the kinks. Good thing we have that truck cam.
In a round off their eye and a little backhand forehand, and we've got a 1-goal game, folks. 2:54 to play. What a move.
What a move. Power, strong, skating. This might be Abby. Look at that. Holy.
Big burst.
As we looked
of
at
speed.
the replay, that was just all speed and power and then good touch at the end.
So 3-2 now. As the 2010s will work it into the offensive zone, it's Austin Wu. Tries to challenge the defender. That's taken away and fired up ice. A centering
again,
pass
the same
comes off
play.
of Hanner. Evans will try to chip it out. He can't. Kept in. Another centering feed. This will be picked up by Kaminsky. Banked off the boards. Looking for Wu, I believe. A puck rolls off Julius's stick wide of the cage. Now Kaminsky after it. Kaminsky to Wu. Wu. Twisting and turning. It's in the corner as we get to the 2-minute mark. Centering pass. Controlled by the 14s. They'll turn one. Hanner with the collarbone stop.
What a shot.
Wu will send it up to Evans, who just fires it down the ice for an icing.
The girls
That's
are turning it
terrible.
on. They can feel maybe they can tie this here at the end. Minute 46 on the clock. All kinds of pressure, winning puck battles. A big face-off coming up here. I don't know what Coach Sweezum's going to do. Not going to call timeout. Goalie still in the net. He's waiting to see if he wins his face-off here.
Will be won by Filiaggi, back for Villela. Battled for along the boards. Filiaggi nudges it forward. Can't get it out the center as it's kept in. Sweezum's boot on the bench, and off comes the goaltender. Armstrong banks it out the center, and the U14s will try to break back in. There's Armstrong with it. Taken away from him. Off their eye defending as they'll dump it into the corner. It'll be Villela. Villela rimming it around to Carter. Carter. Attacked from front and behind. It's actually rolling up on the dasher board. Now Villela pinned against the boards. 1 minute to play in the third period. 1 minute as it comes free. Ofterheide nudges it, but it's kept by the U14s. Villela waves at it. A shot from the point, I think blocked by Armstrong. Sacrificing the shinnies there. Sending it high into the netting. Kaminsky and Starr jump out on the D end. It'll be Wu, Reel, and Hartman up front. And 6 white-clad Warriors for the U14s. Good activation there by both teams, and out come the U14s with a chance of the side of the cage is turned aside by the stick of a defender. It'll come to Reel. And the 10's under siege as Hartman gets to it. He banks it off the boards. It's icing if it's far enough, unless Reel can catch up to it, and he will not. It's just out of his range. 30.8 to play here in the third.
Well, before the last drop of the puck here. What, is Steelers playing today? Last preseason game?
I think so.
Will we have that on at your party?
We will.
All right, good.
We will. Remember, subscribe below. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Check out our webpage and look for your Cine TV merchandise. This has been a production of Cinnamon Swirl Television. No rights reserved. This production can be used for really pretty much anything, including making fun of the play-by-play announcer.
That's the best part.
A bouncing puck.
Oh,
Swipe that. Here comes Reel. Will he complete the HT? Will driving in and tapping it through. Jack Reel into the empty net, making it 4-2.
I think he was pointing at the clock just now. 11.1, 11 seconds. Number 11. Everything's coming up 11.
Including tomorrow's lottery, I hear. Rumor has it.
It's your tickets. One of our sponsors?
No
not,
free ads.
Not yet?
No free ads, not yet.
Yeah. They
No
better-
Gus yet. No Gus. We're actually out of sponsors at the moment, so if you want to sponsor the Power Play, Penalty Kill, or the broadcast, you can email us
Yeah.
at info@cinetv.com, info@cinetv.com, and we will be happy to provide you with that info. Thanks for joining us here as we complete the scrimmage exhibition segment of this season. We'll be coming at you live on Friday from Cleveland, Ohio, as the Penguins will take on the Long Island Gulls to kick off this season. Should be a fun weekend in Cleveland, a nice 2-hour scoot up to the lake. We'll see the handshake line, Jack Reel dancing. Jake Starr, I believe, dancing, or that could be a seizure. And we'll have the handshakes. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.